So Secular Talk last night passed 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's ridiculous. When I first started Secular Talk, I had this idea, I don't know if you would call it a lifetime goal, but it kind of was a lifetime goal of, geez, all I need to do is get to 100,000. If I get to 100,000, I'm set. That makes my life. 100,000 people regularly following the show would be ridiculous. 100,000 people? Well, now we tripled that. And we've only been doing it full time for what? 3 years and change or 4 years? Full time, I'm saying. Obviously, Secular Talk in one version or another has been around since, I think, 2008. But, man, that puts a giant smile on my face, and it makes me so happy to see how fast it's grown. And I want to thank everybody who subscribed. You guys are fucking awesome. And who knows what the ceiling is at this point? Like, that's something that it occurred to me, wait, if you look at the rate of growth, and there are some websites like Social Blade that do future projections so you can see, where you'll likely be in a year or so, it's almost like I don't believe it because it's so ridiculous. Like, we're supposed to get over 600,000 in the next 365 days. So in the next year from now, we will have more than doubled the subscribers according to these projections. I don't know the exact algorithm that goes into it or how they calculate it, but man, it's wild to think about. And again, I want to thank everybody because it couldn't be successful without you guys listening to me tell you my opinions and be an asshole. That's kind of the entire purpose of the show here. But also, I was scrambling to try to pull the numbers up as I was coming live, and I didn't get them. I don't see media. It usually has the charts of cable news ratings, and then we could actually do a comparison. We could do, basically not an apples-to-apples comparison, but we can get close to an apples-to-apples comparison. Secular Talk views versus, CNN or MSNBC. And I know even like 8 months ago, we were already beating them in some areas. So the monthly views that we get, it's now about 15 million views every single month, give or take. And that works out to obviously about 500,000 views every single day. Now, if you look at what percentage of that is what's called the key demographic, which is the money-making demo, I think it's 18 to 54 or thereabouts. Secular Talk, I think it's about 80% in the key demo. So we have the demo that cable news has been chasing forever, and they've never been able to get. Their average audience is in their 60s. So when you compare Secular Talk numbers for a full day to, for example, Wolf Blitzer's 1 hour or 2 hour slot right in the middle of the day on CNN, we beat him. And we absolutely crush him in the key demographic, which again is the one that advertisers care the most about and the most important ratings. So what's hilarious is a YouTube channel which has virtually no resources compared to CNN, a mega corporation. We're owning them. And that goes to show you that they really don't know what the fuck they're doing. Now, it's easy to toot my own horn when I say that, and I will. But I think the more important takeaway is, it's not just that new media is good, but it's that old media is so bad that they left the door wide open for people to come in and say, this is how we're going to do the news the right way. And this is how we're going to do the news where it's both entertaining and informative. And unfortunately, as we've gone over a million times on the show, what happens now is you have either a news organization that's just biased in favor of the Republican Party, Fox News, or they can be biased in favor of the Democratic Party, MSNBC. That's not a progressive bias. It's not a liberal bias. It's in favor of the party. They're party loyalists. That's MSNBC. Or you have CNN and the nightly news programs, which do false equivalence, fake neutrality all day long, where they pretend everything is 50-50 and they never tell you exactly what's going on and what it is and what the facts are, and that sometimes things are black and white, and sometimes the Republicans are dead wrong, and not just the Democrats are right, but the progressives are right, whether it's Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren or what have you. So the whole idea of new media and what we're doing and why we're being successful, whether it's myself or it's David Pakman or it's TYT or it's others, what we're attempting to do is we're coming out here, I'm giving you the facts, I'm giving you the news story, I'm giving you the information, and then I will tell you what my opinion is on top of it. And you guys can agree with that or you can disagree with that, but you know that you're always getting the raw information of the story, and then you're getting my take on it. And that's something that is just not the case in mainstream TV news, where they have to pretend like they're robots and say that they have no opinions whatsoever. The Wolf Blitzer 3000, or the Blitzer 3000 as I call him, because he is just a robot. Or it's people who have to give you the fake neutrality, or it's just the party hacks. And there's a spectrum of debate which is considered respectable, which is the Overton window. That's the political science term for it. And if you're outside of that Overton window, forget it. You're laughed at, you're scoffed at, and you're downplayed and you're demeaned. So now you guys have a new outlet. You know where I stand on the issues, you know where my opinions are, but you also know the data, and you also know the news stories, and you also know the facts. And this is something that can continue to grow, and not just for us, but for the entire model of new media. And new media is already starting to crush old media, and it's just a matter of time until, as Jenk from TYT always says, they're going to come begging to new media to say, we surrender, we don't know how the fuck you did it, how did you do it? And we'll change how people do news forever. Because that old model is just dying out. It's not interesting. It's not even informative. It's just silly. It's robotic. It's pathetic. And the numbers prove it.